Today, we will be discussing the Great Purge.
After the death of the head of the Soviet government, Vladimir Lenin, in 1924, there was no one in a position of power in the communist government.
Many people tried taking Lenin's place, but eventually Joseph Stalin rose as a new leader.
Initially, Stalin was widely accepted as he implemented the doctrine of socialism in one country.
Later, party members began to question Stalin's validity, and high-ranking officers started to try and take over his position.
The Great Purge was a brutal political campaign led by the Soviet director Joseph Stalin to eliminate dissenting members of the Communist Party and anyone else he considered a threat.
To remove some of his enemies, Stalin staged 3 widely publicized trials that successfully wiped out many of Stalin's political rivals and critics by accusing them of treason.
The Great Purge is also known as the Great Terror or the Purge Trials.
It consisted of 3 highly publicized trials and a series of unpublicized trials in which old political rivals were convicted of treason and imprisoned or executed.
It was subsequently established that the accused were innocent and that the cases were fabricated by the secret police, also known as NKVD, and that the confessions were made under the pressure of intensive torture and intimidation.
The trial successfully eliminated the major real and potential political rivals and critics of Joseph Stalin. The trials were a public aspect of the widespread purge that sent millions enemies of the people to prison camps in the 1930s.
The Great Purge took place in the Soviet Union.
The trials of Stalin's politics, critics, and rivals, Lev Kamenev, Grigory Zinoviev, Nikolai Bukharin, and Alexei Rykov, took place in Moscow and were known as the Moscow Trials.
This event began in August of 1936 and ended in March of 1938.
Approximately 750,000 citizens were executed during the Great Purge.
Additionally, more than 1 million survivors were sent to gulags, which are forced labor camps.
The killings and imprisonment started with the political officers and military members of the Bolshevik Party.
Stalin also had 30,000 members of the Red Army executed because he believed they were a communist threat.
Stalin even signed a decree that insisted on family liability, so children as young as 12 could be executed.